Today, we have the absolute pleasure of having Prisca with us, who is our MicroLoan colleague in Zambia, in Livingston. So we're just really, really happy to have you here, Prisca, because it just means that we can get a kind of first-hand account from you and getting to understand what life is like for the women that you work with and getting a sense of the sort of difference you're making to these women's lives by teaching them about business and helping them. So my first question is just going to be, how many female entrepreneurs are you currently working with? How many women are you supporting? Do you know how many clients you work with?
Yes, I know. At the moment, I'm working with 543 women.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yes.
That's a lot. So what do you do with these women? Like, how do you help them? How do you support them?
There is what we call centers. I don't meet them at once, the 500. I have them in different places. Okay, so in a day, I have a center that I have to meet. Okay, yes. So when we meet there, yeah, we do the day procedure and everything.
So what does it mean? How do they welcome you? When you come up when you come to a village, how do they say, how do they welcome you?
So exciting. So, when they hear to say there's someone coming from MicroLoan, to them, it's a huge privilege. And you'll find them, they are prepared. You'll find drums and they are ready for you. The moment they just see you coming, they will tie their chitenges, they start singing and dancing, okay? They know you have brought life to them. Yes, that's how they welcome us when we reach those centers.
Amazing. So one of the really important parts of your job is the training and the support that you are providing. And obviously, you've been talking about the singing and the dancing and the different kinds of way that the women learn, because a lot of the women that you work with can't read or write.
No.
So tell me about the training that you provide and how you get the training to come alive and how you get them to remember what you teach them.
So the way we do the training, it's not like a normal classroom where you put them and start teaching them, because these women do not even know how to read, neither do they know how to write. So we do it through songs and through dances. When you see us dancing like that, it's not just for fun. Learning is taking place there, okay? And so now when you get to sing with them, you dance with them, it's something that will stick in their heads, something that they will not forget, because to them, that is an exciting moment together with you, the loan officer. So when they think of the event, they are going to recall everything that you're going to teach them on that particular day. So we do it through singing and dancing. That's how we get to train them. Yes.
Amazing. That sounds phenomenal. So do you do role play as well?
We do.
So can you give me an example of a role play that you do with them? Something that's fun.
Okay, so at times as a loan officer, you want to see how far they can go, and you give them that platform of setting up a play on their own, where they do, like, they are forming a family that is struggling, a family that is going through a lot, okay? And then you put the other group, you make them, they are MicroLoan people who are coming to visit them, and they get to act the way they are living their life at that time, at the place where they are. MicroLoan people come in, and then they display that happiness and that hope they have in them, to say they have come to rescue us from
Yeah, I think the connection might just have dropped, but I'm sure it'll be back.
I'm sure she'll be back in a second. I'm never sure if it's me in the middle of London or if it's you know, colleagues in Zambia or Malawi or Zimbabwe. Half of the time I can tell you it's me. So let's hope that we've got her back.
Might be an opportune moment to share a little bit of the video that Prisca recorded for us on Monday. So this is a typical day in the office, as it were, for Prisca. Hopefully she'll come back with us soon. But we asked her if she wouldn't mind recording a video of her visiting a group of women that she's training. And I mean, it speaks for itself. So Hayden, if you wouldn't mind.
Hi Marlene, hi Maria. Okay, this is Prisca with Musotunya Center. Okay, so as I promised, I'm shooting the video with them. I want you to see the women here in Zambia who get money from MicroLoan. Hope you enjoy the video. Bye-bye. Okay, so they are here. Okay, we can wave. Hi. Okay. So these are the women. We have Bakabemba there. Okay. Hi. Are we happy? Yes. Tulivotedwe? Yes. Twawotelwa? Yes. Okay, so mukuvotelwa twimbega nyimbo gesu. No chali bobu, ni chali chibotu, no chali bobu. Ni chali chibotu. Ni chali bobu, ni chali chibotu, ni chali bobu. Ni chali chibotu. 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 Ni chali bobu. Ni chali bobu.
Oh, you can't watch that and not smile. Oh, you're back, Prisca. Good timing. Hello. Yeah. It's just connecting.
Such a feel-good video. It is just unbelievable, and it feels like you're there. So yeah, really, it really did put a massive smile on my face on Monday evening when I got it, and she's like, "I've got it. I've sent you the video." So, oh, so lovely.
Hi, Prisca, you're back.
Yes, I'm back. Sorry for that.
No problem. We've been showing, I don't know if you saw, but we've been watching the video. So we shared the video just now. It is so lovely. Thank you so much for putting a big smile on all of our faces, I think.
Okay.
So when we had a conversation, you said that when you started working with MicroLoan Foundation, you kind of thought the job was a little bit different to what it actually is. Can you tell me a little bit about that? Can you tell us all?
Okay, so when I started working with MicroLoan, at first I thought it was just a normal job like any other job where you can go to work and earn a living. But then when I got to understand what these people do for these women, I was touched. Last time I mentioned to say I'm actually expecting and I'm planning to go on leave because these women make me feel so excited. When I just work with them a day, I knock off with that excitement in me. Okay, I got to understand to say this is an organization that has helped a lot of families move out of their poverty and the fact that they are helping out a woman, this is a person who spends time with the children at home, who looks after a household. It got me really interested. And when just seeing them, how happy they become when they are helped, you know, this is micro, it's not something big that you give them, but when you see how excited they become after receiving that amount of money that you give them, to them it's something that goes a long way. Yeah, it really got me interested, yes. And I can assure you that I still want to work with MicroLoan. Yeah.
Yeah. Congratulations on
Thank you.
on your baby, by the way.
Thank you.
I would love to hear from you if you have an example of a woman that you've seen that have really been, you know, when she joined MicroLoan, what her situation was like then, and if you've seen any change in her life. If you have a particular woman as an example or something that's really touched you.
Okay, so there's this woman from I have a lot of stories to share, but I'll share about the story for Rose, a woman from one of my centers. Okay, she lost a husband while the children were still young, they were still in school. And she told me to say she had nowhere to go. There were no relatives to help her out. Like, she had lost hope to say, where am I going to take the children? How am I going to provide for them? Because she had no job. She didn't go to school, no papers that can help her out to earn some living. And so now MicroLoan came in, and she heard from the friends in the market while they were selling to say there's this institution that is helping out women. And she got interested. She started attending the meetings and seeing what they were doing. So she thought of registering with MicroLoan. She first got a small amount of money from MicroLoan because she told me she was scared. She didn't really know what she was getting into. But as time went by, it started helping her out because her firstborn passed grade 9 and he was supposed to go to grade 12. So through the same money that she was getting from MicroLoan after doing a business and everything, she managed to take the son to school. Just like that, all her children were educated. And she told me to say, well, I've never slept with hunger at home with my children because of MicroLoan. I have managed to educate my children. I have managed to raise them up, dress them, and just take care of my family through MicroLoan. And that is something that really touched me, yes, about Rose.
That's really nice. That's an amazing story. And I know, I mean, I've obviously visited our work a lot of times, and there's so many stories. I bet you have hundreds of stories like that of really.
And as we are talking right now, Marlene, one of the sons is waiting for deployment. The firstborn is a teacher, and the secondborn has done nursing. Yes.
Amazing. That's also really lovely, because then you can see the next generation are really impacted by the help that we are giving them, and that you're giving them through your everyday work, you know, which is lovely.
That's true.
So obviously, for all over the world, we have this global pandemic, which we have avoided to talk about today because this is a day of celebration and talking about the good stuff. But
yes,
how has the COVID-19 pandemic impacted the women that you work with on a day-to-day basis?
At the moment, I can say we are picking up, but the time that the pandemic came in, it was really a struggle for them, especially to do business, because there was that period where they had said everyone has to be indoors, okay? So you would find that even having meetings, it was a challenge. Though we tried by all means to meet them through wearing masks and everything. So we told them to say we are going to be meeting leaders. So even now, this is when we are trying to get back to having our normal meetings. But on the part of business, I can say they are picking up right now. Yeah, it affected them because their businesses went down. Yeah, they were unable to operate the normal way, the way they used to operate before the pandemic.
So in terms
right
of,
now,
for example, food security, because I know that we did some client surveys and some research, but how was that? So in 2020, how was food security looking for the families?
The food security, as in, Meg, you can come again?
So in terms of being able to feed their family and have enough food to eat, because if a lot of these women, the only source of income is their business, they have no other way of making money, right? So how did that affect their everyday lives? You know, did they have to go hungry or what happened?
No, on that one, no. There was never a day that they went hungry because despite having the pandemic, we would still go out to meet them. Our meetings were still ongoing. Okay, and no one complained to say maybe, no, we are sleeping with hunger, we don't have food. Business just went down on the fact that they were unable to do their businesses the normal way, the way they would do it on a time when we had this coronavirus. But then they never went hungry because we were always there for them. We never went on leave because of the pandemic, because we knew to say if we do that, those families are going to suffer. Yes.
Yeah, and I think it's also for anyone listening, it's worth pointing out that so in Zambia, we actually changed our operating model during the pandemic to give women top-up loans. So they didn't have to pay back their loan to get a new loan.
Yes.
So they got a top-up loan so that they would have that cash flow to pull them through the pandemic, because we changed we restructured their loan terms so they could have a loan. They didn't have to repay the loan for a long time. So that they could get through the pandemic. And I think those things are really important. I also think that savings played an important part in making sure that the women in our network didn't starve. Other families were starving, but the women in our network were able to get through. I'm going to ask you, we are going to close up this session very soon, but I wonder if you can give us an example of one of your songs.
One of them. Okay.
Go on. You know I love this.
Okay. So we do our songs in the local language. Yes, we don't use English. I don't know if you're okay with that.
Absolutely. That's all good. You can tell us what it's about afterwards.
Okay, so the song I'm about to sing, the meaning is if the world was like this, things would have been good. So when they sing that song, they're simply telling you to say, thank you for what you've brought to us. If the world was like this, we were going to live in a wonderful world. Yes. And the song goes like this. No charibo, buni chari chivo, tuni 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 charibo, buni chari chivo. Yeah, that's the song.
I recognize that song now.
Me too.
That's my favorite one.
Okay.
Prisca, I have a question for you, if you don't mind. I would like to know, what is your favorite thing to teach when you're teaching the women all of these amazing lessons about how to run a business? What's your favorite lesson?
I don't know how to put it, but I enjoy everything that I do. But the most exciting time when I'm doing a training is the time that I get to orient them about how to run a business in conjunction with a home. The part that I enjoy the most when I'm doing the training is a part where they get to make a constitution for their center, because that helps a center to be together, okay? So why do I enjoy that part? I give them an example of a home, to say every home, when you're running a home as a parent, that home should have rules. So now we are making rules for our center, and everyone should take this center as their home, okay? So they get to tell me what they want their center to be run, like they suggest the rules themselves. Then later on, we get to choose the leaders to take care of the center, that is the chair lady, the secretary, and the disciplinary. Then I get to give them an example of a husband in a home and the woman, to say these two are very important, just like the way the chair and the disciplinary are important. So if you do not put in your effort, that means our center won't be in, you will not have cooperation at the center, will be divided. So I enjoy that part because I get to talk about their home as well as the center. So I just integrate the two, okay? Yes.
I love that.
Love
That's
that.
so good. That's real proper leadership of like bringing in the human piece into everything and just going, okay, you're going to make up the rules. And then you know that people are going to, be happy to follow the rules because they've been part of creating them. So lovely. Thank you so much, Prisca. This has been an absolute pleasure, and I will absolutely be calling on you again to do more stuff for us.
Please come back again, Nadine. Please.
I'm available. Just let me know when you want us to have another interview. I'm always here.
Absolutely.
I was wondering if anybody's got any questions. Have we got time to see if anyone has got any questions to ask this amazing woman with the work that she's doing? I'm curious about what inspires you every day to do what you do, because you are an inspiration, Prisca, whether you realise it or not. So what or who inspires you?
Okay, thank you so much, Sandra. So what inspires me to wake up every day and report at MicroLoan and meet those women, it's the fact that when you give out that money to those women, the way they become excited, the stories that they will share with you, how that money is helping their families, how that money is helping them move out of poverty, and just in that living gives me hope and faith, and just gives me that motivation to get up from that bed and just go an extra mile to help that woman. So when I have reached that goal, I'm motivated. Yes.
Oh, what an amazing purpose to have, guys. To get out of bed every morning because you're making a complete transformational difference to people. I love that.
Exactly.
Thank you so much.
Through MicroLoan, yes.
Amazing. Thank you so much. And thank you for everyone who's logged on. Do we have any other questions?
Yes, can we please take a moment to do the fundraising total so far? So everyone must sit back and brace yourselves, because this is a big one. And I'm really excited to share that we have raised £20,050.
Great.
That means that 802 women will receive a startup loan, and that will mean that an estimated 3,208 children will have access to food, healthcare, and education. Thank you all for making that possible.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Thank you so
Brilliant.
much.
Oh, thank you.
I'm so excited.
Go and donate. Go on.
Nichari bobu. Mchari bobu. Mchari bobu. Mchari bobu.